It's me, Domenico, again. Stop scrolling because right now, in the next 15 minutes or so, I'm going to show you the one investment shift that will make or break your portfolio over the next 15 years. Forget the FAANG stocks, forget Bitcoin, forget whatever hot meme coin your buddy told you about because this is much bigger. Thanks to Geek Chains on X yesterday who shared this image with me. Look at these two images. On the left, you see the current internet, a messy, centralized corporate monopoly, controlling a staggering $99 billion a quarter market. A quarter in a quarter. Staggering. And on the right, you see the future, a sleek, decentralized ecosystem that is about to unleash the single largest cost-saving event in the history of the web. Okay, let's end it. We're talking about the digital real estate scam. The fact that you and me and every major business are currently overpaying by over 78% to store your data with Amazon and Google. But why are they getting away with it? Because you thought there was no other choice. I call this the internet's biggest arbitrage. A price difference so massive, so obvious that the money flowing from the old system to the new system is going to create the next generation of tech billionaires. And if you don't know the exact protocols to own right now, you're going to experience the worst financial feeling in the world. There's no two ways about that. The FOMO of the great cloud shift is real. And if you want to become an expert on cloud, follow Bobby O and his work. Nobody explains it better. I learned so much from listening to him. He explains in intrinsic detail why ICP is the only decentralized blockchain compute solution to run it all. Okay, let me take you back to 99, the first great internet shift. Back then, the old guard, the phone companies, the cable giants, they thought they controlled everything. They controlled the pipes. Then a few key companies came along, a little one, if you recall, a bookstore called Amazon, a search engine called Google, a social network called Facebook. What did they do? They realized the new value wasn't in the pipes, it was in the platform themselves, the user data, the content, the applications. The people who saw that shift, who invented in those early platforms, are now in that $1 trillion club. It wasn't about dial up anymore, it was about the experience. Fast forward to today, and it's 2025. What did Amazon and Google become? They became the new old guard. They built the decentralized cloud, AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud. They are the centralized cloud giants. They took all the world's applications, think of it, all your data, my data, and stuck it into their massive centralized server farms. And the result of all of this, they now control over 60% of the global cloud infrastructure market. They can charge whatever the fuck they want, kick off whoever they want, and store your data however they want. They've done it before and they'll do it again. They are the choke point, and I'm going to explain and show you why. So let's look at it. So when we look at infrastructure, for the decentralized clouds, they're using ICP, distributed network independent computer nodes. With the traditional clouds, they're using Amazon. Centralized data centers are owned by a single provider. They can control it. If it goes down, you're fucked. Ownership shared among various individuals and entities. Traditional cloud owned and controlled by a single cloud provider. So they own it all and can do whatever they want. Resource allocation, centralized solutions of ICP, dynamic based on real-time demand. Traditional cloud pre-allocated, often with unused capacity. So think about it. The cost model, pay per use, often with cryptocurrency. Traditional cloud subscription-based, pay per use or reserve instances. Scalability, big difference. Highly scalable. Resource can be added or removed quickly. Traditional cloud, scalable but limited by the provider's infrastructure. And accessibility, accessible from anywhere with an internet connection, and accessible anywhere with an internet connection. Okay, same shit. Flexibility, ICP solutions are highly flexible in choosing resources and configurations. But with a centralized cloud, this is where you're very limited because you're restricted by the provider's offerings. And these are the two big ones, security and definitely privacy. In a bifurcated world of cybersecurity, bridges, and dependencies, because an ICP, decentralized cloud, front end, back end, fully compute on-chain, enhanced security through data distribution, and full encryption, unstoppable, tamper-proof. Whereas if you use a traditional cloud, such as AWS, Azure, Cloud, Google, you rely on the provider's security measures, potential for a single point of failure, breaches, dependencies. With a cybercrime going through the roof, your data goes missing, gets lost, and it's gone forever. And privacy, of course, that's another big factor. With ICP, you control your data, it's end-to-end encryption, so no one can see your data. Whereas with a centralized provider, there's data stored on the provider's servers. And doing that, potential privacy concerns. They can see your data, they control your data. And what do? They on-sell that data for lots of money. So you do the math. But history doesn't just rhyme, it repeats. And right now, the most powerful disruptive force in technology is here. It's not a faster chip, it's a fundamentally different architecture. It is the decentralized cloud, and that is the one and only ICP world computer. And it's about to eat the centralized giants alive. There's no two ways about that. Okay, let's look at the numbers. You got the big three, AWS, Azure, and Google. They are splitting a near $400 billion annual market. Think about that scale. It's an unprecedented data monopoly. And the data shows why they are so profitable, because the storage is a complete scam. Just like crypto is a complete scam, as I always mention in my videos, even the storage centralized cloud market is a complete scam. And here's the first massive data bomb I promised to tell you. Decentralized cloud storage protocols are on average 78.6% cheaper than the centralized options. We're talking a staggering 78.6% cheaper. And ICP is at 5 gigabytes a year. That is not a marginal difference. That is a foundational economic flaw in the Web 2 business model. Okay, let's put this into context. Imagine the entire library of YouTube videos, hundreds of petabytes of data, to store that on the traditional Amazon or Google Cloud. For a century, that will cost an additional $7.4 billion to $8.5 billion, more than using a decentralized protocol option. That's a staggering cost of centralization. That's a cash flow about to be diverted into the new economy. And I can tell you, ICP is the future of Web 3.0 and Web 4.0, because it's not just about cheaper storage. It's about the new architecture that will drive the new economy where bad capital will get allocated to good capital safely and securely. And we have three distinct layers here to interconnect all of this. One, as you can see, we've got the monetary layer. That's Bitcoin, the store of value, the gold of the decentralized age. And thanks to ICP chain key cryptography, ICP will make Bitcoin's utility far better than what it is. With instant finality using CKBTC, will make Bitcoin's utility and payments instant, safely, and securely, fully decentralized. Two, let's look at the compute layer. That's ICP that can run smart contracts and decentralized apps fully on the blockchain without any of those bridges or dependencies, which I mentioned earlier. ICP is that unicorn because no other blockchain can do this fully decentralized front end and back end where the data is fully stored on the decentralized cloud, because that's where the biggest misconception is. People think it's fully decentralized, but the data is not stored on the decentralized cloud. Remember that. That's where the biggest fraud is. And three, the true cloud infrastructure, the internet computer. It's that new paradigm that is built where the entire web runs end to end on a public blockchain, not just a payment, where the cost of your storage and your compute isn't controlled by a board meeting in Seattle, Silicon Valley, Mountain View, but by a transparent open source protocol. And as you can see here, front end built on ICP, APIs and middleware built on ICP, token ledger built on ICP, complex back-end operations built on ICP, and the data storage built on ICP. That means it's 100% fully built on the ICP, the centralized cloud. And there's only one solution to do that. There's no other solution. And this ICP shift fixes the core Web 2.0 problems: data ownership, where you own your files; security, there is no single point of failure, no dependencies, and no bridges; and costs up to 78% cheaper and more. This is the economic argument that will force companies to switch. This isn't just theory, this is actionable alpha. Your move right now is not to just sleep on it, it's to make that shift and to act before the masses do act. Step one, the compute layer. ICP is the world computer. It's that next gen protocol that can scale compute faster and cheaper and fully decentralized front end and back end. This is where you can get that growth exposure as an investor. Do your research on financial advice by taking advantage of that, or you can even take advantage as a builder. Caffeine AI launches next month, or this month actually, in mid-October. Time flies, where you can build decentralized apps using natural language. So you could take advantage as an investor and as a builder, because this equals the playing field. Step two, the infrastructure layer. The digital basement. This is the biggest arbitrage. This is real because this is a direct play on a 78% cost saving. And the cost savings are only going to go exponential from here. ICP is that protocol to turn idle hard drive space into the world's distributed cloud. These are tokenized economies where the incentive structure is baked into the code. The more utility, the more demand, the more value you accrue. You know, if you're looking for projects tackling truly sovereign compute, you have one and only the world computer. Internet computer is the only one that can do that. And step three, stop waiting for that crash. Because the transition from Web 2 to Web 3.0 is a 10-year multi-trillion dollar event. And don't let the short-term volatility, price action, all the bullshit FUD steal your long-term wealth. Because Definity have a 20-year roadmap and it will play out. It's not financial advice. Is it inevitable? But it's a long road ahead. But it's going to happen. And when the money moves, it's going to eventually move fast. So your strategy is to simply dollar cost average, do your research, not financial advice, and take advantage of the opportunity that awaits us, because the market rewards efficiency. The market punishes the old, inefficient monopoly. The clock is ticking. You're not waiting for a technology to be invented. You're waiting for a technology to be adopted. And the mass corporate adoption is coming. When they see the $8.5 billion savings in data storage, but also, as mentioned with cybercrime, we solved that $10 trillion a year in cybercrime. That is wasted capital that is going to be transferred into the new economy. Think back to that first image that I showed you, the Messy City image, that geek change shared with me on X, the one dominated by those centralized giants, those logos. They represent the current opportunity cost. We are talking, if you're talking cloud data, cybercrime, trillions. Every day a business pays Amazon or Google or wastes money through cybercrime, that's another day that value is leaking out of the old system and primed to transfer into the new one. This isn't just speculation. This is economic inevitability backed by hard data. The decentralized model is superior, cheaper, and more secure, and the shift is underway. Do not sleep on it. Do you want to be the investor who saw the internet shift in 99 and did nothing? Or the one who built their wealth on the back of this massive architectural change? I repeat this again because this is the greatest long-term asymmetric risk reward opportunity. Do your own research, because the decentralized model is superior, cheaper, and more secure. And the Internet Computer Protocol, ICP World Computer, is the only solution to deliver its promise to be the entire public cloud, bypassing AWS entirely. You are looking at the single greatest reallocation of wealth in the next 15 years or so. Okay, like this video right now and hit that button and smash this algorithm. To comment below with a single protocol you think will kill AWS. I read every single comment, so let me know your biggest bet, because you know where I'm positioned. There is one and only world computer that can do it. And three, subscribe and turn on that bell notification and share this video with a friend who's still stuck in Web 2 and holding those junk coins. because it's time for them to wake up from the fraud in the cryptosphere. The digital world is being built and it's being rebuilt from the ground up. You saw that old messy city that I showed you. You saw the sleek, futuristic world. The data is clear. The future is cheaper, faster, and decentralized. The money is already leaving the monopoly. Don't be the last one holding their expensive, centralized bag, because this shift is not coming. It is here. So get in the game, share this video with everyone that you know, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.